Well, hello and welcome. We are indeed on day number 7 of the Cheongju 2018 World Shooting Parasport Championships right here in South Korea. Welcome to the finals hall for the R8 event. That's the 50-meter rifle, 3 positions, women's SH1 final. And we're already meeting the contestants. China's Yan Yaping was 4th in the 10-meter standing event. She's in A. B is Veronika Varovicova, who we've got used to over the course of this week. If you're new to the sport, silver in Rio, a bronze in London, and she made the World Championship gold this time around. 25-year-old Natasha Hiltrop from Germany. D, bronze medal winner already in these World Championships. Irina Shetnik, the youngest finalist of these games. Next up is Zhang Xiuping, the dominant force in this 3-position event. Gold in London, gold in Rio, and the remaining world champion from Germany, Elke Schilliger from Germany, 45-year-old. Korea's only athlete in day 7's final is Lee Yunri, 33-year-old gold medal winner in Beijing, bronze in Rio. There are some real top class shooters in this field, and another to try and shake the norm is Anna Norman. Competing at able-body events as well as para events is Norman, the 33-year-old from Halmstad. Got a silver in the 50-meter rifle prone mixed event. Just couldn't hold her nerve over the final few shots and ended up coming second. Can she upset the normal order of events? And that normal order is this lady here, Zhang Xiuping. She was 5th in the 10-meter standing, but the 30-year-old from Handan, gold medal in London, gold medal in Rio, and she's the world champion from Germany in 2014 as well. So those around her will know exactly what they're up against. Now, if you're not sure what you're up against in your viewing on day 7, let me talk you through it. The 3-position event does indeed have 3 positions. Kneeling is first. Now, you'll note on this near side that Anna Norman is the only one whose impairment allows her to actually kneel. She will use a knee roll just behind her leg to give her added comfort and stability. For the others that have an impairment that means they can't kneel in that manner, they have to use a disc under their elbow. You see that just under the left elbow there of Zhang Xiuping. A little circular disc has to be underneath the supporting arm. Great start from the reigning world champion. Not so good for Elke Schilliger, a 45-year-old from Bremen. Was out in the qualifying stages in Rio. She finds herself here in a World Championship final, hitting an 8 to start with, and a big improvement with an 8.7, but at the moment it's Varovicova and Zhang who are leading the way. This is Lee Yunli, 43-year-old from Wando, gold medalist in Beijing. Anna Norman from this kneeling position. That's a 10-2, that's much better. Yaping and Vadovichova have hit 10-7s with their third shot, and a big slip from Vadovichova hitting a 9-2 just off your shot. This is her now. A Slovakian went 10-2, 10-6, 10-7, then a 9-2. Characteristic in her fourth shot. And Siliga really struggling off the pace at the bottom. 8-7, 9-1, 9-7. That's the last three shots. Finds herself a good distance behind Norman. She's finished with a 10-6, though. That's good from Siliga to keep herself as close as she can to the rest of the field. At this near side, just saw the face of Anna Norman. Looked a little disgruntled. Now they'll do 3 sets of 5 from the kneeling position. And after the first 5, Zhang Chuping, 51.6 is the leader. 50.7 from Yan Yaping. Vadovichova in third position, and then Korea's only entry in this final is Lee Yunri. So steady from Zhang Chuping. Well, Lee qualified in second this morning. Couple of 10 points in that first set of 5, a 10-5 to finish. And they've given her confidence going into the next set, just readjusting. It is all about your composure, being relaxed, controlling the breathing. Really taking her time. It's 10 exactly with her 6th shot of the day. Lee Yunri follows that 10 with a 9-9. Now this is Natasha Hiltrop, who's from Bonn in Germany. This is where the IPC is based. There you go. A 25-year-old who came 5th in the World Championships last time when it was held in Germany. Vadovichova was beaten into second position in both of the last 2 World Championships. She won gold back in 2006 in this contest. Another shake of the head from Anna Norman. She has climbed a place. Alina Shetnik, who's got a bronze already from this competition in the 10-metre standing women's event. The 18-year-old, the youngest finalist at these championships, certainly the youngest medalist at these championships as well. But at the moment, she's down at the bottom end with Elke Siliga. Norman's 10th shot is a 9-7, so she is really all over the place at the moment. An 8-4 in the 9th shot, a 9-7 in the 10th shot, and a 10-2 in her 7th. So it's a little up and down for Anna Norman. Zhang Chuping, 101.4. Lee Yunri in second, and Veronika Vadovichova down with her on 100.5. So a joint second, 9.9 behind the current leader from China, and then the second Chinese athlete is in 4th position. So Siliga, it's feeling the pressure of the first 2 visits. Remember, 3 sets of 5 in this opening stage, the kneeling stage of the 50-metre rifle 3-position women SH1. Now the SH1 rifle athletes have an impairment in their lower limbs, so rifle athletes are able to support the full weight of the rifle itself, but they can compete in either standing or sitting positions. Those sitting positions can either be a wheelchair or a shooting chair, whilst this is meant to be the kneeling stage. Again, those with impairments that prevent that will use a circular disc or a disc under the left elbow, the supporting arm, just about make out that black disc underneath the arm of Lee Yun-ri. Using the visor to block out any light. All she wants to do is see down the sight. Little foam panel that sticks out in front of her left eye, using just her right eye, blocking out as much light as she can. It's going really well for Jiang Chuping. 30 years of age, double Paralympic champion from London and from Rio. I have to say, having won the World Championships as last time as well, no doubt the lady to beat in this contest. This is the 15th shot for many, and well, Jiang Chuping just dropping down 9.499 in her last two shots. That will allow Lee Yun-ri to close the gap, but Lee Yun-ri only hits a 9-1. That was a real opportunity to level things off. Natasha Hiltrop finishing very strongly in this third set of 5. 10-6, 10-5 were her final two shots. She's into third, Borovichova in fourth. Elke Sriliga is down in 8th position on 143.7. So there you see the standings after 3 rounds of 5 in the kneeling position. It's Jiang Chuping, the reigning Paralympic and world champion, that leads the way. 151.6 for the lady from Handan in China, finishing on a 9.499. Would have been slightly disappointing to have dropped out of the 10 scores with those final two shots. Lee Yun-ri from Korea had a chance to really level things up going into this changeover, but a 9-1 in her 15th shot means that she settles for second position through the kneeling stage on 150.3. Natasha Hiltrop from Germany, good strong finish from Natasha, 10.3 in her 12th, a drop of 9.3 in the 13th, but what a strong finish to that set of 5. 10.6, 10.5 means that she has a 150.1, just 0.2 behind Lee Yun-ri as they go into this changeover. Borovichova down in 4th on 150. Yan Yaping finishing with a 10.5. 2 10.5s in her final 3 shots have really helped Yan Yaping. She's on 149.7. Anna Norman, good, strong last 5, by the way. 10.7, 10.4, 10.5, 10.9. What a final shot that is, and that's really lifted her up. I'm sure that's done her confidence the world of good going into the next stage. 149.6 has Anna Norman in 6th position. Now, bronze medal winner earlier on in these World Championships from Ukraine is Irina Shetnik. She's found herself down in 7th position. Again, another that's had a little struggle, a 9 in her 14th shot, 144.8 at the moment, but Elke Sriliga really trying to keep pace. 143.7 for Elke Sriliga of Germany, finishing with a 9-1 after 3 straight 10s. Would have done her another 10, wouldn't have done any harm whatsoever, but 49.1 in her final round. A very good final round from Anna Norman. 52.9, just being able to close the gap a little bit. Right, so that was the kneeling part of this rifle 3-position event. What happens next is there is a 7-minute gap here so that the athletes can set themselves for the prone position. We'll have another set of 15 shots from these athletes. Again, all done in bunches of 5s. The athletes get up to 7 minutes to set themselves, get themselves right, and get themselves ready. So we're going to take a look at how some of these athletes prepare themselves over the course of the next couple of minutes. Don't go anywhere. So again, you're watching the adjustment phase of the 50-metre rifle 3-position women's event. There's a pause between the kneeling and prone event so that the athletes can reset themselves. They get a chance to get themselves composed and repositioned. Simulating a prone position again for those with an impairment that prevents them from going all the way to the floor. Anna Norman can do so. For those that can't, there's a simulation of that. So they use a table to fully lean against as if it were the floor. And again, they'll have 3 sets of 5 shots during this next period. Again, this is just the warm-up phase for this. If you're just joining us and you've missed the kneeling section, Zhang Qiuping leads the contest on 151.6. Li Yunri is in second position on 150.3, and Natasha Hiltrop from Germany on 150.1 is in third position. This is Irina Shetnik from Ukraine, down in 7th position. But it's this lady here, Elke Siliger from Germany, who has work to do. Down on 143.7. She's over 8 points back on Zhang Qiuping, but her next target has to be to climb off the bottom. Don't lose anybody just yet. That doesn't come until the standing phase, 2 sets of 5. And then we lose the bottom 2. Natasha Hiltrop might have been surprised to have found herself in third position at the moment, but this young lady here has already managed to finish one of these World Championship events in the bronze medal position. Shetnik hitting the bronze medal winning shots in that 10-metre standing event. And again, here's a reminder of how well they've done so far. Not long now until we start the proned part of this contest. Zhang Qiuping 151.6, Li Yunri 150.3, and Natasha Hiltrop 150.1. That's the top 3. Vadovichova will, I'm sure, still be hot on the heels at the end of the next 5 as well, if not moving into those medal positions. Great round of 5 from Anna Norman. Just revisiting that, 52.9, 10-7, 10-4, 10-5, 10-9. The maximum shot with her 15th shot from Anna Norman. And that really has put her back in the contest. She was struggling down at the bottom, but a 52.9 really has changed the complexion of her contest. Here she is on the near side. Again, people's impairments mean that they can do different things. Anna Norman can go into the prone position from the floor. The others using the assistance of a table or a shelf to simulate their elbows being on the floor. So back to the competition we go then. 3 rounds of 5 once again, 15 more shots, this time from the prone position. If you didn't know that Anna Norman was from Sweden, you've only got to take a look at her. The Swedish flag is everywhere, in the colours as well. Even the gun is in the Swedish colours. Reigning world champion, double Paralympic champion. Zhang Qiuping leading already, 10-3 with the first shot from the prone position, but a 9-4 is a real drop, and Natasha Hiltrop's day went from bad to good, or from good to bad should I say, dropping all the way down to 6th within the first 2 shots of the prone position. Yunri in second, starting with a 10-1, 10-2. And Seliger, again, just struggling to find any consistencies inside the 10 zone. Down 1-1-7-3-4. Lee Yunri hitting a 10-2 with that last shot. There is a timer for all the athletes to shoot these 5 shots in. But of each of her going well. She was until the final shot anyway. Well, Zhang Quping showing consistency, a 50.2 for that last set of 5. Yang Yaping hitting a 50.6. But again, the final shots for a few of these athletes dropping out of the 10, that doesn't help. Zhang Quping finishing with a 10.6 has helped her tremendously. 201.8, she still remains a whole point and a bit above anyone else in the contest at the moment. Varaviceva 200.5, Yang Yaping 200.3, Lee Yunri 199.7. Real drop for the Korean from 2nd to 4th. Didn't even get 50 points, and Natasha Hilltop had the worst set of 5 of anyone, 48.9 for her 5 shots. The prone position has changed things around. Zhang Quping leading from Varaviceva now. Yang Yaping giving China 2 athletes inside the top 3 at present. So this is the 25-year-old from Bonn. Got down to 4th position, but good start. In fact, it's an excellent start to this next batch of 5 for Natasha Hilltop. 10-6, 10-7. And in fact, a good smattering of decent hits in the early stages of this next round then. 10-6 for Zhang Quping, followed by a 10. This is Lee Yunri, who's hit a 10-6 a moment ago and needs a little bit more of that. She's dropped down into 6th position. It's followed that with a 9-9. Hilltop having the better of this second set of 5 so far. See the spirit level on top of your shot there. Showing Varaviceva that she's nice and steady. It's good again from Zhang Quping, and she's just moving away from the rest of the field. Varaviceva finishing with 3 10.2s in a row. Zhang Quping with a 10.3, which means it's actually the gap has closed at the top. Varaviceva 2.52. Anna Norman with her final shot to come. 9.4 for Anna Norman, who has now found herself moving up the rankings nicely at 51.5. Norman and Varaviceva shooting 51.5 for their last 5 shots, equaling each other, which means there's 0.6 between Varaviceva and Zhang, and there is 0.9 between Norman and Varaviceva. So the top 3 is closing up a little. Natasha Hilltop from Germany trying to keep hold of the pace of the others, keep that accuracy going. The reigning world champion has been at the top pretty much from the start here. Ilka Siliga would love to start finding a few 10s. Good performance from Marina Shetnik, by the way, coming out of that last 5 and has already continued into this next set of 5. A 10.5 for the Ukraine athlete in 7th position. 10-9 now from Shetnik. This is really good. The last 8 shots from Irina Shetnik have done her the world of good. She could do with a couple more to finish. Lee Yun-ri has dropped down into 6th position. Shetnik is absolutely on fire here. This is Norman from Sweden, from 3rd to 4th. This last set, she's got 2 more shots to come, has Anna Norman. And the gap closes still. Zhang Chuping has hit 51.7. Badaviceva has hit 52 flat. So there's just 0.3 now between the top two. Natasha Hiltrop will finish on 302.5. Irina Shetnik hitting another high 10. 10-9, 10-6, 10-5. One more shot to come. Shetnik could really do herself a favour here. And another 10-3. Well, what a round that was from Irina Shetnik, the 18-year-old. 52.8 in the final round of the prone position. So the standings here, Zhang Chuping, 304.3 in the lead. The gap has been dropped considerably. Badaviceva from Slovakia, 304 now, a 52 in her last 5, meaning that she's closed the gap once again. Good stuff from Natasha Hiltrop in the final 2 sets of 5 in that prone position. 52-1 to finish, 302.5 for the young German. Anna Norman still in the mix here. She's gone from around the bottom places to challenging for medals. 302.2, a 51.1 in her last set of visits. Yan Yaping and Lee Yun-ri are in the mix as well, but Lee Yun-ri outside of the 300-point marker. From here on in, it's going to be a battle, but Irina Shetnik, what a finish it was to the prone event for her. 10-9, 10-6, 10-5, 10-3, and she had a 10-6 just before that as well, and finished her final 5 before that very strongly too. A 52.8, outshot the rest of the field by 0.7. So a good finish for Irina Shetnik, and the going doesn't get any easier for Elke Siliger from Germany. Finished quite strongly with a 10-8, 10-5. She'll feel good about that, but down on 295.7. A lot of work to come in the standing event if Elke Siliger is going to survive in this contest. Now, this is the 3-position contest. It means that we've had the kneeling, we've had the prone event. There is now around about 9-minute gap between the prone event and the standing event, and that again is to allow all of the athletes to reset themselves, recompose themselves, and just change their setting for the final part of the event. 2 sets of 5 shots, and then we start to lose athletes from this final. Hope you're enjoying day 7 here in Cheongju. The 2018 World Shooting Parasport Championship continues in just a couple of moments. Well, this lady has finished in the silver position at the last 2 World Championships, and I'm sure in her mind she'll be trying to block that out, trying to just not even think about the fact that second is where she's become used to finishing at this World Championship level. Already a gold medal winner here. This young lady has got silver at these World Championships so far. The 33-year-old from Halmstad, 50-meter rifle prone mixed event. She was the top qualifier. Found it tough in the kneeling position. Her prone has got her back into the contest. The standing event is where she'll have to do her best work now. Great finish to the prone event for the 18-year-old. High 10s, finishing with a 10-3, 10-8 in there as well. Having picked up bronze earlier in the week in the 10-meter standing, she'll be confident that at this standing event will hold her in good stead for the finish of the contest. Just making her final adjustments. But they're all chasing this lady here. The reigning Paralympic champion, the reigning world champion. She's seen her lead diminish a little over the last few prone rounds. Manovichova has been closing down steadily. The only Korean athlete in this final is Lee Yun-ri from Wando. Involved in a traffic accident in 1996, which left her with her impairments. She'll be hoping to pick up medals at the Asian Para Games in Indonesia later this year, but this is the lady under the most pressure at the moment. This is Elke Siliger, the 45-year-old from Bremen. Cheongju Ping has an impairment as a result of polio, diagnosed at just 3 years of age. See the Koreans entertaining the crowd, and there's a few chuckles of laughter. Good work being done around the venue. Zhang Chuping, nicknamed Sniper for obvious reasons. She's been shooting since 2007 as the Paralympic champion. And as for Manovichova, she's been going since 1999. Her first tournament was way back in 1999, a World Cup event in Sydney. Just see here Anna Norman. Just using the left hand to support the gun, the rifle. Certainly got to be in good condition to hold that steady with the left arm. Manovichova, the right side of your shot. Yam Yaping has been quietly going about her work in the first two positions. Came fourth in the 10-meter standing event. Would love to turn that into a medal this time around, I'm sure. Came sixth in Rio as well, so she's very often there or thereabouts. What does it take to turn fourth, fifth and sixth place finishers into medals? Just that little bit more. She's barking at the heels of the rest of the field to pick up those medals. Well, I said that she had a great finish to the prone event. Still plenty of work though for Irina Shetnik, down on 299. There are 5 athletes already inside 300, so whilst Shetnik outfired them in the last round of the prone position, she's going to have to go some to feature in the medals for a second time this week. If you want to follow all of the action on social media, on Twitter you can follow us at Shooting Para. course, the Facebook page as well, facebook.com/shooting para sport. All the information and all the coverage that you could possibly want on our social media channels as well. So Seliger, Shetnik, Lee, Yan, Norman, Hiltrop, Varaviceva and Zhang as we start to think about the final 2 sets of 5 in the standing contest. And then we start to say goodbye to some of those at the bottom of the standings. There'll be 3 medal ceremonies to bring you a little bit later on. Now, the focus is on this lady. You enter as a Paralympic and World Champion, you pretty much have the target on your back, as the saying goes. All she's worried about is the target in front of her. Has led for a long time here, has seen her gap at the top start to shorten. 2 rounds of 5 to come. Then we start to lose people. So, packed house here for this 50-meter rifle 3-position event. Varaviceva in second position at the turn into the standing event. Has already dropped down into third. Natasha Hiltrop is on a charge. 10-6, 10-5 to start this standing event. All of a sudden, Hiltrop and Varaviceva are switching positions, and Zhang Chiping is just going about her business. Anna Norman with a 10-1, 10-6 start. Now this is the lady that's got up into second now, 25-year-old. 12th in London, 8th in Rio, 5th in 2014. Another one a little bit like Yan Yaping, who we can think to ourselves, well, will she be there at the end? Will she be able to turn those 4th and 5th positions into a medal? You see the concentration right across the face of Hiltrop. Deadly serious. A lot of these guys and girls they're a lot of fun away from the finals hall, but you put them in front of that target and there is nothing but concentration and seriousness. And Hiltrop going well. Seliger not faring much better here in the standing event either compared to the rest, and it's a drop in form for Setnik as well at the wrong time. How will Hiltrop finish? Oh, an 8-7. Very much at the wrong time, and again, positions starting to move around, except the one that matters the most. Zhang Chuping has hit a 51.6 and outshot everybody in the first round of 5 in the standing. 51.6 puts her on 355.9. Anna Norman hitting a 10.6 and a 10.4, but finishing with 2.99s means that she's down on 353.1, and she's got a bit of a lead over Veronika Varaviceva in third position. Hiltrop drops down into 4th. The battle is now on. Elke Seliger to try and stay in the contest. He's quite a way behind Irina Shetnik, Li Yunri, and Yan Yaping up into 5th position. So a brief pause in the 2 rounds of 5. at the end of this, we start to lose a couple of athletes, and Shetnik at the moment, for all of her endeavours in the prone position, is one of those bottom two, and she's a little way back from Lee Yun-ri. She'll need to make it up on pretty much every shot. And Shetnik needs to start well here. Not looking overly happy, but a 9.8 puts her within a point of Yan Yaping. Lee Yun-ri moves up neatly. The reigning champion is very comfortable, but has hit a 9-1 on the return to this second set of 5 in the standing position. 10-3 from Vadovicheva. Norman hitting a 10-7. This would be a perfect time to hit a purple patch for Anna Norman and start to close that gap on Zhang Qiuping. Seeliger can't buy a 10 here. And Shetnik has done it. She's got above Yan Yaping. So at the moment, it's Elke Seeliger of Germany, Yan Yaping from China, Irina Shetnik of Ukraine has got herself into 6th position. You can see in the middle here, Elke Seeliger breathing heavy. These are the two in the danger zone. Brilliant 10-6 from Seeliger, but it's all going to be too little too late unless you can find a perfect final 2 shots and look for a little bit of help either round of it. But at the moment, Yan Yaping hit an 8-6 with her 37th shot, and Seeliger hitting a 9-1. You can see on her face the disappointment. Having hit a 10-6, you just want to keep it steady, keep it there, and the lead has changed. An 8 from Zhang Qiuping, followed by a 9-5, means that Anna Norman now leads. Veronika Vadovicheva is in second, and Zhang Qiuping has dropped down into third. An 8. The ever-reliable Paralympic champion is now in third. Final shots for Yan Yaping and Shetnik were level going into that shot. Elke Seeliger is out, 8.9 for her. It's not looking good for Germany's Seeliger. A 10.5 from Shetnik with her 40th shot. What a time to hit that. 10 from Yan Yaping. 2 10s on the bounce in shot 39 and 40 for the 29-year-old. And that concludes that round. Well, indeed, we lose the two at the bottom. Different to what we've seen throughout the course of the championship so far. So Yan Yaping, 6th place finish in Rio, goes out in 7th. Elke Seeliger goes out in 8th position. Irina Shetnik survives by 0.5, and it came in that last shot. Look at that. On the bottom section of this scoreboard, Shetnik's last shot was 10.5. That was 0.5 higher than Yan Yaping, and that was the difference between surviving and going out. But just check out the changes at the top of that board. Anna Norman now back in 3rd position. Vadovicheva at the top. Zhang Qiuping is just 0.2 behind the Slovakian. Norman is just 0.4 behind the Chinese athlete. And now these two are fighting it out to stay in. 398.1 for Lee Yun-ri. 396.9 for Shetnik, who needs another big shot here. Lee Yun-ri dropped an 8.9. Does anything like that again, and she could find herself going out. Lee looks away, not happy, as Shetnik held her nerve here. It's a 10 from Shetnik. It's an 8.9 from Lee Yun-ri. Just 0.1. Well, there's an applause here because that was every effort from Irina Shetnik. If she hits 10-1, we'd have had a shoot-off. But she only hit 10 and misses out by 0.1. Unlucky. Irina Shetnik, she needed Lee Yun-ri to drop, who did it to an 8.9. Shetnik goes, and then there were 5. Natasha Hiltrop, 25-year-old. Germany had 2 going into this contest. It was just too fierce for Seliger to compete, but Hiltrop has been on the money here. She's in 4th position. There is a gap, I must admit, between Hiltrop and those medals. So Hiltrop needs a good shot here. She dropped an 8.8 in that final round, but she is 1.9 above Lee Yun-ri, who is already packing up to go home. Well, a 9 from Yun-ri, a 9.6 from Hiltrop. She's not closed the gap enough either, so the medals are pretty much summed up here. Anna Norman would have to have a horrific 43rd shot of this contest to go out. The battle is on for the top, though. Just 0.1. Hiltrop will not get past Norman here unless Norman really, really loses her concentration. So the leader. But it's very, very tight at the top. They're matching each other in that last visit. The 42nd shot for both of these was a 9.8. They're on 4.237, 4.236. Norman on the left here. He's guaranteed the bronze unless this is a truly awful shot. Hiltrop, on the other hand, has to hit as big as she can and just hope for the best. 4.18.5, 4.228. It should be safe for Anna Norman. Hiltrop has gone and, well, Anna Norman doesn't drop. She actually hits a 10.5 and moves into 2nd position. The Paralympic champion has hit a 9.2 here and left herself with a lot of work to do. Well done, Natasha Hiltrop, the 25-year-old from Bonn, 5th in 2014. Well, she's improved on that, but missed out on a medal yet again. But is the Paralympic and reigning world champion about to leave the contest? The lady on the right led this all the way through the kneeling, all the way through the prone, and the standing has not been outstanding from Zhang Chuping. She needs a favour from Anna Norman here, and she needs to hit a big score. Every ounce of accuracy, got to hold that breathing as steady as she can. What does Norman come up with? Norman's at a 10. It should be enough. And it's a 10-2, and the reigning champion has gone by 0.3. Oh, if Zhang Chuping, it's a 10-5, we'd have had a shoot-off, but it is out for the reigning world champion. And the 30-year-old has got a medal that she is very unfamiliar with. Gold in London, gold in Rio, gold in Germany at the last World Championships. But Zhang Chuping can only manage bronze. And having led for so long, she will be mightily disappointed. 4:44.6, 4:43.3. Vadavichova just needs to keep the same level of absolute superb shooting that she's had into this final stage. Little shake of the head though. She did a 10-6 last time out. Nine threes from the pair of them, under a bit of pressure, but it's enough to take the title. Well, Anna Norman will know that if she's hit a high 10 here, she might have caused a surprise, but the pair of them hitting a 9-3 under pressure. It's a second silver of these World Championships for Anna Norman, and it's a second gold of these championships for Slovakia's Veronika Vadovitova, and she takes the title in 4:53.9, Norman 4:52.6, and Zhang Chuping coming in third position for China. Well, we were very much expecting Zhang Chuping to be somewhere on this podium, having won in London and Rio at the Paralympic Games, having been the reigning champion. We knew that she would be hard to beat. She led for most of the event, but these two fought hard over the final stage as the standing position was where it was won and lost, you have to say. Anna Norman with a huge opportunity in the last shot. A little slip from the pair of them meant a 9.3 was only enough to hold her in second, and Veronika Vadovitova takes the title. Don't go anywhere, we'll be back in a couple of moments' time with medal ceremonies from day 7. Well, welcome back to our coverage here on day number 7 of the Cheongju 2018 World Shooting Para Sport Championships. We've had our individual event on screen. We'll have the ceremony for that in a few moments' time. To make you aware that there are actually 3 ceremonies to bring you this afternoon. We have the 10-metre air pistol standard event. We also have the 10-metre air pistol standard team event as well. Now, these aren't Paralympic events, so they were not done here in the finals hall. They actually only take place in the qualifying halls. So we'll bring you the podium placings for those events in a few moments' time. So here they are, getting themselves ready to come on. See the gold medal winner Veronika Vadovichova in the background there, looking a little bit worn from her action a little bit earlier on. A smile belongs in the middle to Sweden's Joachim Norberg. He's the gold medal winner of our first ceremony in a couple of moments' time. As I said, the 10-metre air pistol standard SH1 event took place in the qualifying halls, not live here in the finals hall, so unfortunately we weren't able to bring you that in all of its glory, but we can indeed showcase the medal ceremony to the entire world here in our coverage. Hopefully you've enjoyed every moment of every day so far. One more day to come tomorrow. Don't forget to join us in competition. 2 finals tomorrow, the first of which starts at 1:30 local times. We'll be on air pretty much the same time as we were today, around about 1:20 local time. Had some opportunity to do some filming with Joachim Norberg a little bit earlier on. Absolute gent. He gave some lessons in shooting to a few of the volunteers and staff here, and thoroughly enjoyed by everyone. Well, it was an exciting final, I can tell you. We watched the closing stages. There was a shoot-off for the silver medal. And as you can see by the way that they're stood, Ukraine lost out in the shoot-off to Korea. So the medal presentation party. Alexander Mararik from the Cheongju 2018 rifle jury member, and Mike Yu, Cheongju 2018 LOC Secretary General. Likes his golf, does Mr. Yu. Well, bronze in this 10-metre air pistol standard event goes to Alexei Denisyuk from Ukraine. 161 was 361. Sorry, was his score. It went to a shoot-off. He hit a 43. It wasn't good enough to beat Park Chul. So Alexei Denisyuk takes bronze on this occasion. Again, if you're just joining us, this is not an event that was done live in the finals hall. The winner of that shoot-off then for the host nation. It's another medal for South Korea here in Cheongju. This one belonging to Park Chul. Chul receiving that medal. Again, 361. It was 3 points behind the overall winner. But he did win that shoot-off and earns himself the place in second. But it is indeed Joachim Norberg. 364, the final score. I was talking to him a little bit earlier. He said that he just struggled with his eyes this week in the finals hall. He's been in 2 finals on our screens and just struggled a little bit. He said, I'm just not seeing the target as I wanted to. He said, maybe it's because I'm getting a little bit older. Well, he still managed a gold here this week. So well done to Sweden's Joachim Norberg. Well, the Stockholm shooter outscores the rest here in South Korea and takes the title in the 10-metre air pistol standard event. So it's Norberg from Park from Denisyuk. We'll be back with you in a couple of minutes with our team medal ceremony. So welcome back to the coverage of day 7 here in Cheongju. We're in victory ceremony mode right now. As you can see, the victory ceremony area being readied. Just gold and silver to give out in the team event. Only 3 teams were entered into the competition. That doesn't mean that only 6 people competed. What it actually means is that there were only 3 eligible teams for the team competition. You have to submit 3 entries per team if you want to take part in the team competition. It's all done during qualifying as well. All of these events are held in the qualifying halls. And because there were only 3 teams, they have a -1 rule, which means that only the top 2 of those 3 teams would receive a medal. So gold and silvers to be given out here. Once again, our medals and gifts will be given out by Mr. Mananik and Mr. Yu, as per the last ceremony a few moments ago. Well, in the event, it was Ukraine who picked up the silver medal. Poland were the 3rd placed team, but Ukraine on 1,032, just 5 points back on the eventual winners. But Andrei Zakhvateyev on the left-hand side. This is Irina Liaku, individual silver medal winner throughout this competition as well. And we've already seen Alexei Denisyuk a few times this week. And there he is, receiving his medal for this team event as well. Denisyuk was the biggest point scorer with a 361, 341 for Liaku, and Zakhvateyev hitting a 330 in that team 10-meter air pistol standard event as well. But it's the host nation that take gold in this one. Another World Championship gold for the Korean team in a total of 1037. The left side, it's Park Chul, got Park Seo-kyun and Hyang Dae-soo combining a 1037. Park Chul with 361, Park Seo-kyun with 348, and Hyang Dae-soo with 328. We're less than 20 points away from the current world record. Stands at 1,054. But it is another World Championship gold and another chance to hear the anthem in their home country for the Republic of Korea.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of the Republic of Korea.
Well, it's a lot of pride in winning medals in front of your home crowd, and these athletes have done that yet again. It's another opportunity for South Korea to claim gold in their own country. They're just moving along the podium to allow the team from the Ukraine into camera shot for the photo press. But for now, we'll leave you with this shot. But don't go anywhere. We do have one more victory ceremony coming up. So, final part of our coverage here on day 7 of the Cheongju 2018 World Shooting Parasport Championships. And it is medal time for the action we witnessed not too long ago. The 50-meter rifle, three-position women SH1 final. And here are the ladies waiting to make their way out. Second time in this contest that Anna Norman has been on the podium. It's a second goal for that lady. To the left of your screen now. And the lady on the right, well, she's just not used to being in this position. Reigning world champion, two-time Paralympic champion. On this occasion, has to settle for third.
The medals will be presented by Alex Ferrani, a Cheongju
Medal presentation party.
rifle jury member.
Here's Alexander Maranik, Cheongju 2018 rifle jury member, and like you, Cheongju 2018 LOC Secretary General.
With a score of 443 points, representing People's Republic of China.
So bronze, as I said, for the lady that's so used to being a winner, the 30-year-old from Handan. The fact that she is still only 30 means that she's going to have lots of opportunities to put this right. But a world champion in 2014, a gold medalist in London, a gold medalist in Rio. It's bronze being presented here in Cheongju in 2018. Well, already maybe thinking about Australia like many of us and what might be achieved over there. Bronze that she has for the medal draw for now. Still a big smile on the face, though, of Xiang Qiuping. Anna Norman, second silver of the week. Got the 50-meter rifle prone mixed silver as well. There are opportunities for her to win it on that occasion. There were opportunities for her to win it here. She finished on 4:52.6. Monika Vadovichova hit a 9-3 with her final shot, and Anna Norman could only match it with a 9-3. Anything inside the 10s, and that would have been a lot tighter. A lot tighter. But Sweden have to accept silver. Slovakia will gratefully take a gold again with Veronika Vadovichova. Silver in the women's standing event. Got the mixed rifle prone gold medal over 10 metres earlier on in the competition. And having won silver in Rio and bronze in London, she retains a world championship gold like she did in 2006. It's gold for Slovakia. Sharp intake of breath towards the end of that. I think he was holding back real emotion there, but inside she will be delighted to have taken another gold medal. Well, she is the world record holder in this event. She wasn't quite on that form, 4:59.4, going back to February of last year in Alain in the World Cup. But Vadovichova has beaten Anna Norman and Xiang Qiuping to the title here in the 50-meter rifle, three positions women's SH1 event. Well, there's more great coverage of these World Championships to come. The final day, day number 8 of Cheongju 2018, is indeed tomorrow. Our coverage will kick off around about 1 local time, so make sure you join us for the Cheongju 2018 World Shooting Parasport Championships final day. But from day 7, from myself, Alan March, goodbye.